In the UK, a 5-finger discount means you're shoplifting. In Saudi Arabia, a 5-finger discount means you got caught. That's right, you're back here with a bit of truth for a Saturday. Let's just hope the shoplifters haven't ruined it for you yet. Right, now speaking of shoplifters, are you fed up as a good citizen being treated like a criminal? Well now, Tesco shoppers have to show their receipts in order to leave the store. Yes, they've joined Sainsbury's and Aldi to pin us in the self-service pen until we've proved to them that we've paid for the items that they just stood by and saw us scan. Shoppers have even said that customers were sent back to get receipts just in order to leave. Well, what happens when the printer runs out of ink? Do I have to stand around all day while you review CCTV footage of me not nicking that Mars bar and chicken sandwich? You realise that shoplifters don't scan the products that they don't pay for, right? They aren't going to show up on a receipt. Most of these losers nick whatever they want and then scan a banana at the till. Absolutely fucking stupid. Invest in your security, not in taking your piss out of the 99% of people who just want to buy the produce from your overpriced store and leave.
Fuck them.
Now, even when they catch a shoplifter red-handed, got their image, sent it to the dozing police who couldn't give two shiny shites, get ignored by them, leaving them with no other choice than to post a picture on the wall in the store. It's still wrong. There's now a ban on shop staff shaming shoplifters by pinning up images of suspected culprits. Decriminalised. You see, nobody gives a shit. You can't even bloody name and shame. Yes, the Iceland boss has said that data protection laws prevent staff from exposing shoplifters. You know, in the same shops where their staff are being threatened with weapons and needles on a daily basis. You can shove data protection so far up your ass a receipt prints from your mouth. If I had a store and caught you stealing, I'd be plastering the walls of me playing golf or baseball. You see, more laws protecting the criminals. No wonder this country has gone to shit.
He's absolutely right.
And even those in jail, who get better treatment than us, don't even stay that long for even the worst of the worst crimes. A would-be person of terror that was caught trying to flee the UK in order to join the is free back onto Britain's streets. Yes, this utter was jailed for just 8 years and 3 months back in May 2016 after his plan to ditch his pregnant wife and marry a jihadi bride was exposed. He got caught by the British Counter People of Terror Police whilst trying to leave the UK, lying, saying that he made loads of trips to Turkey just in order to piss off his British wife after a series of rows. But they caught him with a bunch of extremist material on his phone, including articles of the boom boom material. So, what do? Release him early on his already lenient sentence. Why? Because he had a positive parole recommendation. Oh, fuck my life. And fuck this guy to Syria and then to the moon and back.
Yes, they deserve to die and I hope they burn in hell.
So what are police doing about all of this crime? Well, apart from the Counter People of Terror Police, who seem to actually do their jobs, only then to be failed by our judicial system, the rest of them seem to be struggling to wipe their arseholes even with both hands. A staggering 1,600 Met Police officers and staff are subject to complaints over violence or discrimination against women. Yep, well done! More than a quarter are being investigated and face the axe. Can we please bring in someone to vet the people doing the vetting process? Operation Onyx was set up after a series of scandals in the force. What's depressing is that clearing the backlog of court cases involving the police will take until 2025.
We are screwed.
So let's take a look at the ones that aren't being violent, or discriminating against bonus hole holders, or questioning the elderly over free speech, or arresting mothers in front of their crying daughters for not showing their bus passes on requests like 1940s Germany. A police stinger falls off the back of a police car and punctures the tyres of 4 passing vehicles. Oh, fuck me. What is going on? They can't even get the most basic tasks right. Yes, this little mishap costed hundreds of pounds and forced the busy road to be closed for 3 hours. Mishap my bonus hole. A cop forgot the device after a routine equipment check. These muppets can't even check a list. Luckily, a lorry and a car managed to swerve onto the hard shoulder in order to avoid the stinger, but 4 cars did not. Lucky that no one crashed. Lucky that no one was hurt. Fucking embarrassment.
You're all fucking morons!
And speaking of pop tyres and utter twats, a disabled woman's tyres were punctured by eco-extinguishers who also left a sinister note. Yes, well done, you pretentious little pricks. Yes, well done for leaving your nasty little note to a disabled woman, which tells her to walk, cycle or take public transport, rendering her unable now to go to work. We saw this with Jaguar a few weeks back, but now they're getting back on at the general public. If I ever saw one of these vigilante virgins doing this, I'll leave up to your imagination of the nice little chat that I'll have with them. Stop taking matters into your own hands, because you will eventually end up popping someone's tyres who is a lot bigger and a lot nastier than you. Remember, once you get caught in the act, good luck running to the police. What are you going to say? I got beaten up by a man because I popped his tyres because I was trying to save the environment.
Yeah, good one.
Now, speaking of motoring, when you drive off, hopefully without your tyres being popped by the police or the vigilante virgins, good luck in getting anywhere fast. Nearly half of Britons live in areas where 20-mile-an-hour speed limits are in place or due to come in. Yes, that's right, Britain's road network is in danger of slowing to a nationwide crawl after it was revealed that 28 million people live under local authorities where 20-mile-an-hour speed limits are in place or set to come in. Ugh, this is just utter ridiculous. The only place we need a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit is around schools and just twice per day. People shouldn't be walking in the damn road. Again, why don't we start looking at some of the 60-mile-an-hour speed limits on country roads with barely single lanes and blind turns? It's 2023. Cars are better. Brakes are better. Tyres are better. To say this is about safety or the environment is a complete lie. It's a con. It's bullshit. It's just trying to catch you out, to tax you, to fine you, to steal your money, to go to the government to piss up the wall.
Nailed it.
And let's have a look at some more war on motorists. Let's see what other crap they're coming up with in order to steal your shekels. Whilst on one hand, drivers could be slapped with a massive £2,500 fine for having an air freshener in their vehicle. On the other hand, here is how to keep spiders out of your car in order to avoid a £1,000 fine. Just keep everything and everyone out of your car at all times in case they make up a new bullshit rule to steal your money. I saw an article at the start of summer that said if you wear sunglasses whilst you're driving, you could get a fine. And then I saw another one last week. It said if you don't wear sunglasses to eliminate glare, you could get a fine. I'm sure this is all just bullshit media tactics to try and scare you, to try and piss you off like they do with everything else.
Wankers.
Let's see what else is going on in the madness of the UK we call home. Children are being kept off school because they are too anxious for lessons or because life's too short. Yes, that's right, since the COVID, parents have been left wondering whether they actually need to send their kids to class. I mean, why send them when they could be out looting shops or trying to start their shitty TikTok careers? Absence in primary schools has gone up from 8% to 17.2%. Secondary schools, 13.7% to 28.3%. And overall, 4.7% to 7.6%. Even in special schools, it's gone from 28.8% to 38.7%. What in the fuck is going on? Parents, please. I know the school system is completely screwed by the lack of teachers turning up, the lack of buildings that aren't potentially going to cave in, and also the curriculum indoctrinating your youngsters with pro-bullshit ideology. But we at least need them to learn how to read, to write, and to add 2 plus 2. We don't want them turning out like Diane now, do we?
Correctamundo.
And when they are actually turning up for their education, a school has put children in detention for yawning and not sharpening pencils. Yes, parents and pupils are now complaining and protesting due to the severe punishments for minor offences at a school in Cornwall. Police have had to attend because people are getting so pissed off. Pupils are now no longer put in detention, but they are put in reflection for misdemeanors such as not sharpening their pencils, not having a transparent pencil case, going to the toilet during lesson, taking off their blazers during hot weather, and not putting up their hands when answering a question in class. Is this 1940s Germany? Are we living in China? Is this now the Northhead Corrinderum? Can we not just get back to remove the pupils that are being disruptive and stopping learning, and not stopping the education of those just because they haven't sharpened a pencil?
Fucking outrageous.
Moving on, what else do we have? Oh yes, other people who are treated like complete shit. Armed forces personnel and their families are living in filth as they face 1,000 sewage leaks last year. Brilliant. Who cares about the brave men and women putting their lives on the line to protect the country? We've got Dover discoverers to look after. Almost 1,200 cases of issues with sewage have been reported in the last year for accommodation for armed services personnel, plaguing families with problems. This is completely shameful. Providing a decent home should be the bare minimum for these heroes, and they should be treated with respect. Again, too busy pissing money up the wall on people that came here illegally, giving them the best spots. Who cares about our boys?
It's a bloody disgrace.
The Postal Service are up to shenanigans again. The Royal Mail threatens to stop delivering to a couple because their cat is attacking posties. Attacking posties through the letterbox. You do realise you don't actually have to put your fingers through the letterbox in order to deliver an envelope, right? Yes, ironically, they sent a letter. You couldn't write this. Well, you could, and then you could post it. Anyway, they said to the owners that they need to combat their feline of terror within 14 days, or it may be necessary to suspend deliveries.
Oh, fuck off!
In other animal news, elderly locals are being slapped with £150 fines for feeding the birds. Yes, our silver heroes are now being penalised by Newham Council under the accusation of fly tipping. Has another council completely lost their minds? Or are they just trying to claw some extra money back in to avoid a bankruptcy? What's next? You're going to fine people for leaving footprints in a muddy field? Going to tax me on speaking too many words today? Embarrassing.
I'm speechless.
And our final idiot of today is this fashion influencer bride who has been blasted after boasting about covering up ugly exit signs at her wedding in order to save the aesthetics of her photos. Oh yes, don't worry about the gigantic candles you have burning above flowers which could set alight at any moment. Don't worry about covering the exit signs so that people know where to go in the event of an emergency. You need everything to look perfect. Narcissist. And to be proud about it. If you invested so much money into your special day, why not invest in a good photographer or even a basic one who can remove an exit sign from a photo within 2 seconds of loading up on Photoshop?
You dumbass!
Right, so what have we learned today? You can't out shoplifters caught in the act. More people of terror are back onto our streets. Eco-morons are teaching the disabled a lesson. Kids can't go to school because life's too short. And don't bother feeding the birds unless you want to be charged £150. Signing out.